Welcome to Early Morning Reddit Stories. This is R. True Off My Chest. Our next story comes from Throwaway titled, My Son Needed a Liver Transplant. I'm not a match because he isn't my biological son. I, 26M, have been with my wife, 26F, since we were in school. We have a 4-year-old son together, or so I thought. He had to be rushed to hospital a while ago because he somehow managed to get into my wife's sleeping pills. She swears she put the lid on properly and put them in her drawer, but he somehow found them and managed to open the child-proof lid and took a lot of them. He went into acute liver failure, and we were told he would possibly need a transplant. Obviously, I said I'd do it, and they did all their tests. Blood, tissue compatibility, EXT. Their tests came back, and I was told I'm not a match because of my blood type. If I remember correctly, their exact words were, "There is an unexpected discrepancy in the blood we tested." The doctor kept saying it would be better if he could speak to me in private, away from my wife. But she didn't want to leave, or for me to leave. Now I know why, but at the time I was confused. Eventually she let me go, and the doctor told me my blood type is O. I knew that, but my son's was A, B. I'm not dumb, and I knew what he was trying to tell me. He probably couldn't tell me outright, so I asked if that means it's impossible that I'm his biological father, and he said yes. I didn't want to make a scene in the hospital, so I just went home. I wanted to stay with my son. I know he isn't actually mine, but I've been his dad for 4 years. I knew I wouldn't be able to stay calm. Thankfully, all the tests they ran were in case the worst happened, and it didn't. His liver has managed to recover and he's on the mend. I still haven't gotten any answers from her, and I don't really want any. I know she slept with someone else, and the kid isn't mine. That's all I need to know. I moved out and let her stay at the house because she has him, and I can't kick him out of his house. I'm currently staying at my mother's until I can figure out what to do for the best. I'm not really good with my emotions, but I can admit this has hit me hard. It feels the same as when my best friend passed away, even though I haven't lost anybody in that sense this time. And I really don't know what to do. I've lost my wife and my son at the same time, and it's been over a week since it happened and I still have no clue what to do. She's been spamming me with texts and calls asking to talk and asking me to let her explain, and telling me that it meant nothing, and that she only loves me. But I really don't want to hear it. Nothing she can say will fix it at all. I'm not taking her back, so I don't give a shit what she has to say. But I can't just abandon my little man. I've been his dad his whole life, and that doesn't just go away because we haven't got the same blood. But it also means I have no rights to see him when I divorce my wife. I feel like a complete idiot for not seeing anything wrong. The chances she cheated on me once and got pregnant are low, so realistically I know it had to be something that happened a few times. And I didn't suspect anything. I didn't suspect the kid I had raised for 4 whole years wasn't actually mine. I don't know why I'm posting it here, because I can't even ask for advice. But thanks for reading anyway. Our next Reddit post comes from Long Leading 2812 titled, I still lie about how my dad died because the truth is humiliating. It's been 12 years, and I've never once told the full truth. I usually say my dad died in a home accident. Sometimes I say a fall, or he had an accident in the garage. That's technically true, but it's also a lie. My dad died because he tried to clean bird poop off the roof with a leaf blower. Not even a pressure washer, a leaf blower. He slipped, fell face first onto our driveway, and was gone by the time we reached him. I was 14. I heard the crash from inside and saw it happen. What makes it worse is he'd argued with my mom about doing it. She begged him not to climb up. He got mad and said he was tired of the damn birds crapping on his house. That was the last sentence he ever said. I don't know why it still eats me up. I guess it's the mix of grief, embarrassment, and guilt. Everyone thinks it was something nobler, like he was fixing the roof or trying to stop a leak. I can't bring myself to say, he slipped while cleaning pigeon shit with a leaf blower. Even typing it makes me feel sick. I just needed to say that somewhere. Our next Reddit post comes from careful_hurry997 titled, My daughter 6 asked me if I loved her more than my phone, and I've never felt so ashamed. I, 27F, was scrolling TikTok the other night while my daughter was coloring beside me. I wasn't really watching, just zoning out after a long shift. She suddenly said, Mommy, do you love your phone more than me? I laughed at first, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. She said, because when I talk, you don't look at me, but you always look at your phone. That shattered me. She wasn't mad. She wasn't whining, just stating a fact. I asked her to repeat herself and she shrugged and said, It's okay, I know you're tired. I just miss you sometimes. I couldn't even say anything. I put my phone away and we played a game, but I still cried in the bathroom after she went to sleep. I don't know who I'm turning into, but I don't like her. I don't want to be the kind of mom who's present but never really there. Our next post comes from motor_possibility 816 titled, Girlfriend wants to give our child up for adoption and continue life. I'm late 27, she's early 30s. I love her more than anyone I've ever been with. Thought she was the one, but right now, feels like I'm falling apart. She's pregnant. Our baby girl is coming soon. From pretty early on, she said she wants to put the baby up for adoption, says she wants to travel, do stuff she can't do with a kid around. Then she told me she still wants to stay with me, and maybe have another kid later, when it's more convenient. That part messed me up real bad. I can't do that. I'm ready to raise our daughter, got a solid job, stable income, and my family's ready to help however they can. I'm not running away. I want to be a dad. But she keeps pushing adoption like I don't even matter. Then she says she loves me and wants to keep building something with me, like we can just give away our kid and move on. Honestly, it makes me sick just thinking about it. She always puts her family first, even though they don't support her the way I do, emotionally or financially. I'm the one who shows up over and over, but somehow, it never seems to matter. I love her, still do, but I can't stay with someone who's okay with giving up our kid just to make life easier. That's not something I can come back from. I don't want to look back years from now and regret not fighting for my daughter. This whole thing's breaking me. Never thought I'd have to choose between love and being a father. Not even sure why I'm posting this, just needed to get it out. Our next Reddit post comes from Deleted, titled, Today I realized I don't love my girlfriend. Pause. Last 4th of July, aka last Friday, I am 28, went on a trip to a local park with my girlfriend, 41. I wasn't really looking forward much to it, since my idea of fun is different from hers, but I did end up liking the park and want to visit again sometime. We were walking around for hours until closing time, then took her home afterwards. On the way to her apartment, she said something to annoy me on purpose, to which she said, "Am I annoying?" in a playful way. I retorted with, "Very much, I barely tolerate you when you do that," in the same joking tone, and we both chuckled at it. Right as I was dropping her off, she asked me if I actually just tolerate her and don't really love her. I told her it was just a joke, that she's reading too much into it, and she just laughed, said, "Okay, bye," and got out of my car without giving me a kiss, like she usually does. I didn't read too much into it, and just went home. Today I woke up with a wall of text from her, basically asking the same thing, and that more often than not I make her doubt my feelings towards her because of my ambivalence in that regard. I started arguing with her about the situation, and it made me realize I was acting like a child. She was right about every single thing she said, and I couldn't contest her in that. She asked if I saw a future with her, and honestly told her no. I don't want to think about settling down just yet, and she was already talking about marriage and things like that. So she asked if I loved her, and I told her I do, just not the same way she loves me. I do care about her a lot, but I honestly don't see myself getting married for a number of reasons, mainly because of self-doubt and confidence on my part. So we had a long talk about our relationship, and she made me realize I was just attracted to her, and not in love with her. I was never really touchy-feely or affectionate with her outside of the deed, but I didn't mind when she did that kind of stuff. At the end of it all, I just decided to leave her be and find someone who will actually find someone who will adore the person she is. She did say she was fine remaining friends, but I'll see how long that lasts. Our next post comes from Timecode T, Error T titled, My girlfriend doesn't want to get a job and I want to break up with her for it. Throwaway account because she knows my main and I just need to rant TT. I'm 24 Monday and just graduated college 3 months ago. With the gap years and mental health chaos, it took a lot of work, and I landed a full-time, well-paying job right out of college. I recognize I'm super lucky, but the hours are long, and the pay is not good enough to support 2 people in the US economy. My girlfriend, 27F, let's call her G, also just graduated college. She got her first bachelor's degree. She graduated with me. She only applies to jobs when I'm with her, promoting her to do so. It's taking a strain on my own mental health since I'm worrying about my own future and about hers. I've talked to her about it. She keeps saying she'll do job applications on her own, then doesn't. Just recently, we were going to go to a library to body double so she can do job applications and I could do personal work. She bailed on those plans to get coffee with friends she just met last week, with the saying, I want to prioritize my social life. Her only income is doing her dad's laundry. She's literally doing her father's laundry in order to fund this coffee get-together. I don't know if I'm insane or overreacting about this, But it's been 3 months of me constantly trying to communicate and help her, and her constantly just not reciprocating. The relationship is amazing other than this, but this type of issue is not something I can get over. Thank you for listening to Early Morning Reddit Stories. Until next time.